Wow. I'm back. Allow everyone to return. I'll give you all a minute. Wow, that was a little scary, but okay. I'm still in rant mode. That's why I can't do these kind of jobs either. It's too stressful. I cannot be involved with somebody this much. All right, everybody, come on back here. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. Oh my goodness. The hell was that? So while the guy I was working with yesterday, who I never want to work with again, I don't even say it like I hate him or anything, just I don't want to work with him, called me saying, where's this stuff that I had? It's missing. And of course, his thought was, you know, I might have taken it. I'm like, there's no way I took that. 5 minutes after I'm driving to his place to say, okay, I'll come over, I'll help you look for it. He called me and said, okay, I found it. It was just like a few inches from where I thought it would be, but it was kind of hidden. He didn't, so okay, worked out. But I cannot do these jobs. It's like every time I do it, I feel like I have to, oh my goodness. The hell is going on? Sorry, everybody. Yeah, so that was a little scary, but I'm like, I knew I didn't take it, so it's got to be somewhere close. And sure enough, he found it. So, yeah, I'm still frustrated and angry. I did a little writing yesterday. I was happy about that. Studied some Spanish, put up my video. If it stops raining, I could go outside and actually film outside. Wow. Okay. So what was I saying? Now it's too much, like too much pressure. Can't deal with stuff like that. I'm like, oh no, this guy wanted something. He wanted me to look for something. And then sure enough, 5 minutes into my drive over, he called me. He's like, oh, I found it. Never again. I don't ever want jobs like this again. And it's so weird for me being with strangers. So what was I ranting about so much today? My schedule's all screwed up. Everything just became backwards. This almost all broke. I didn't exercise today. I feel bad about that. Physically, I feel bad, but that's all right. You can't, I already know, like, you can't beat yourself up over that just because, like, it happens sometimes. You know? I'll have time to exercise late, hopefully tomorrow. I don't know. Tomorrow's the actual day I have to get up earlier and exercise and then go to this do some work helping build theater sets, and then after that I'm gonna try and see a free movie, which I thought I was gonna see today because I thought today was Saturday, and I was like, what the hell is going on? They weren't there. I'm like, did they cancel? Did I go to the wrong place? Thinking in my head, I was like, there's no way I accidentally put this guy's stuff in my pocket as I walked out or something, because I was having to handle it. I'm like, there's just no way I took it, did I? sure enough, I didn't. No problem. So at least I'm in a different place now. Anybody here? All right, a couple people. I feel bad. I didn't exercise. I got all this extra carbohydrates and stuff in me. Eating is not great when I'm on the road. Hey, Alejandro. Well, I explained it in my video yesterday. Click like, everybody. Help get these videos suggested on YouTube. Get people to have some solidarity about the need for work with dignity. I was working with this guy yesterday who needed like someone to help him do daily chores. Because he had some, physical limitations, he couldn't do certain things, and the thing, it was just, first of all, I didn't even want to be there anyways, and even doing simple stuff like walking his dog, I didn't want to do. And then he was saying racist stuff. That's all I got to say. I don't want to keep repeating it. He was saying racist stuff about Mexicans, about Asian people. He said, what the hell? He was saying inappropriate comments sometimes too about women. He was saying, he tried to talk me into cryptocurrency, investing in that. That is the surest red flag that I know. I do not want to deal with somebody trying to get me to invest in cryptocurrency. So forget that. I'm going to make income, well, whatever side gigs I can get, and YouTube. YouTube's the main one. So other than that, just keep my expenses low. And if something happens to come along that I really like, that's different, I'm still going to try and give English lessons. I went by a restaurant where I left up a note saying that I'm offering English lessons. It was gone now. So I'm hoping people took all the little, slips of paper on it, and there were no more left. Because I did see it there for at least another day after I put it up. So yeah, so I know, the restaurant didn't just take it right down. I'm going to keep trying. I'm following up. I followed up with somebody today to see if he wanted an English lesson, Spanish speaker. But I was just so fed up with it. I realized I don't want to work jobs anymore. It makes me so uncomfortable to deal with. Just there's certain ways to deal. Like basically, I'm uncomfortable doing anything where I'm always thinking in my head, I want to get back to filmmaking, to video making, to screenwriting, to studying Spanish. I just do not have a tolerance for doing it. Thank goodness this YouTube channel is here to help me with all that. For all my problems with Google and how they operate, at least, they put down the infrastructure that's here to help, make this possible, to help make it possible for me to get my videos out to people. I wanted to film with my mom today, but here's the other thing. Today is Friday. Until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like an hour and a half ago, I thought it was Saturday. So I was going to all this stuff like, where the hell is everybody? I was calling people, knocking on doors. I was like, what the hell? Checking like updates online. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And sure enough, it's like two of the things I was trying to go to, I couldn't because they're tomorrow. One is tomorrow, but it was also canceled. And it was canceled on the most, like, the flimsiest reason. Because the guy running it, it's a filmmaker group. The guy running it says, my schedule changed, I can't be there. Well, so let somebody else run it. He doesn't need to run it. There's no agenda for the group. It's just a bunch of filmmakers or people who are interested in filmmaking meeting. So I sent him a message saying, and now here's the thing, he already changed the date on it to a couple of weeks from now. But, oh crap, is someone else calling me? No, it's just a little glitch on my phone. What? Yeah, okay. I think somebody just splits, whatever. So, man, I'm getting tense every time I see my phone move. I'm like, oh no. And now I don't think, well, maybe that was the false alarm and the real one's going to come where they're going to call me again. I don't know. I can't stand it. This is why I can't work for people. I am so uncomfortable in any series. But anyways, this filmmaker group, I was like, just let someone else host. I sent him a message saying, I can host it if you want. It's the simplest thing. He just decides to cancel without saying it, and like 30 people RSVP to go. And there's a lot of no-shows usually, so there might be like 8 people there when the time comes. But anyways, that's what I get for wanting to be in someone else's group. If if I'm going to be in a group, I should have my own group. Also, I'm unemployed, so it makes perfect sense for me to try and run one because my schedule it's always full. My schedule's been full all day and I got nothing done. But I sound like Ronnie Dangerfield for a second. But at least I can decide, you know, how my schedule's going to be filled. Oh man, this has been stressful. Guy with an old Ford station wagon has a license plate that says our BMW. Click like, everybody. That helps the video get get suggested on people's related videos on YouTube. Oh man, today's been stressful, anxiety inducing, discouraging, but like what I've learned is just whenever anything happens, just keep moving. Physically keep moving. Don't think, oh, I don't want to, you know, grab my stuff out of my bag and pull it up to me and have to bring it inside to McDonald's or whatever and then work. No, just keep moving. Don't think about it. When I'm thinking, oh, today probably the workout's going to be, you know, at the gym is going to be difficult, just keep going. And sure enough, every time I enjoy it, but every time I'm convinced it's going to be too difficult today. I might try and go tonight and get a workout in, because I'm disappointed I didn't get it today. And then I only skipped it because I woke up a little bit late and I thought I had to get to this other thing, and the other thing's tomorrow. So yeah, thanks Alejandro. How are you doing? Oh man, so I have been stressing and I got too many carbohydrates. I can just feel them in me. Let me get out here and see if the hell? Oh, okay. Every notification on my phone just terrifies me now. All right, let me see if it's raining too bad to where I can't just walk outside. At least just keep moving, get a little exercise. Yeah, it's not really raining, so at least I can walk around now. So I just pulled over here. I was heading over to this guy's house, where I thought I was going to have to help him look for some stuff that was really important that you know, he didn't know if I took necessarily, and he didn't like really suspect I took, but he had to, because that's definitely a big concern if somebody would have taken that. And sure enough, it was just a few inches from where it was before, and I just whenever I put it away before, I didn't think to put it in the exact spot he had it before. That's no big deal. It was the false alarm that was scaring me. Like, oh my goodness, did I take? No, I couldn't have taken it. So what happened to it? Sure enough, found it 5 minutes later. This is why I cannot do this kind of work. I cannot have people scrutinizing me like this. Ugh, smells like trash here. Take a look at that trash. Oh. And my jacket's broken, the zipper broke. So I just have to button it up. And you can see how bleached and stuff this jacket is. It's so worn out. Frayed and ugly. But they don't sell jackets anymore this time of year. All the stores now, they ship their jackets out for the summer. Oh, little liquor bottle. All right, everybody, come walk with me on a journey with me, also with me. I have had it. That's why I'm saying no more jobs. I don't want the scrutiny. I don't want the stress. I don't want to deal with anyone else's expectations. Now, granted, you're always going to have that as a filmmaker, but if I'm doing something I believe in, that I understand, and that I can be the boss of, I don't even want to joke around with this guy yesterday. He was trying to joke. I'm like, I don't want to make this guy laugh. I don't want him to like me. I seem like this nerdy goth guy walking next to him. Yeah, well worn. It's definitely well worn. I gotta walk and get some exercise. I should have worked my legs today. Well, really yesterday, but today I was thinking, man, I definitely shouldn't. I woke up too late, and I was trying to get to the set build for this play, and I was like, where is everybody? No one's answering the door. I was calling people. I called like 3 different people. Nobody was answering. And at like 2 o'clock, I realized my mistake. So I texted one of them back. I said, oh, I just realized today's Friday. And I'm still annoyed that this filmmaker group is canceled. I'm like, why can't he just say someone else offer, like, can someone else host it? Would I, now really, you know, I can't be too mad because that's a waste. What I should do is say, if you ever can't host, let me know. I'm glad to, so that everybody, because probably not everyone's going to get the message that it's canceled by tomorrow either. Or, just let me run the thing. Who cares? Because you already got all these members. I can run it fine. Yeah, flea market might be a good idea. Because garage sales, you never know where they are happening. Or yard sales. How's everyone doing? Thrift stores? A lot of them don't have them now. Or at least one of them I went to a Goodwill. Didn't have them. Oh, what's with the foggy camera? I'm just walking around. I don't even have my portable battery charger, phone charger. I should have that with me. I charged it full the other day. But I'll be fine for a while. I will go get it soon. What a miserable, and I'm filming with my mom. We were going to film today, and I told her, I was like, nope, no, I can't. No way, it's not possible because I'm going to be busy all day today. Turns out I have nothing going on today. Hey, Agrippa, how you doing? Oh, man, I am so annoyed at everything going on. Missed my workout today. I had to work with some guy saying racist stuff to me and trying to get me to invest in cryptocurrency. And he's an architect who designed a prison before. What a horrible thing. You could design homeless shelters. Why design a prison? And so that was just a very uncomfortable experience. On top of, it's just not, I just realized that's not the kind of work I can do either. I am so weird, and so just fatigued by having to, not the physical work, I just don't want to be dealing with someone like that. All I want to do is work on film. So that's how I decided I'm never having a job again. Jobs do not provide dignity. I used to be able to do it, now I can't. I don't have that temperament. So my job is going to be making YouTube videos and working like I'm like crazy. Even now, today I was thinking, oh, it's not going to be good. I don't have good material for a video. I should have planned it out better. Like, no, just got to keep moving. I'll do it live and I'll just rant. I want to go to more stuff like protests or activism, political events. Who knows? I want to work like a fanatic. And this guy, oh, here's the other thing. I guess you just missed it, Agrippa, but I was so worried because he, like I told him last night, I can't work for you anymore. I'm doing some other work, which is true, except the work is YouTube. But I don't want to miss out on that with my mom. And all of a sudden he's calling me today while I was streaming a few minutes ago. I'm like, what the hell's he calling me for? And he texted me saying, where is my something? I won't say exactly what, but it was something very important. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, I didn't think he necessarily suspected I stole them because, I mean, he could kind of tell I was very upfront, honest. I gave him a copy of my driver's license. I said, and before I went over, I said, please tell someone else that I'm coming over and working for you. I want one of your friends or family to know so they know who you're with at any time because you don't know me. So I want them to know they can reach out to me if they're ever worried. And so he texted me, like, where's my stuff? And I said, well, it's not right where I left it. And he's like, no, he called me back. That's why I canceled the last live stream a few minutes ago. And he called me again. I was like, well, if it's not there, hold on. I'll just come over. I can be there soon. I started heading over. He called me back. And he said, oh, no problem. He found it. It was just a few inches from where it was before. But it was kind of concealed. And that's just no big deal. Like, oh, thank goodness. Like, I was panicking because I was like, there's no way I stuck it in my pocket or something. Like, without thinking about when I handled it and just walked away and said bye and just put it in my pocket like it was mine. Yeah, I don't like dealing with it. He's fascist. It's like dealing with an ex-Nazi officer. He can be very nice, very friendly for each other. I don't care. It's against my values. I won't deal with him. That's why I'm saying it was touching me in all the wrong places. Like, it felt so uncomfortable. Yep, far right. That's the thing. He was far right. Trump supporter, into cryptocurrency, had negative comments about Mexicans and Asians, saying stuff about women. Like I don't, you know, basically it was like a retired Nazi officer. No, he wasn't trying to guilt me into coming back. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I would have been worried about. And because I can feel a lot of guilt, and I'm easily guilted into stuff. So some people are, some people aren't. You know? It's like The Trial by, I think, Franz Kafka. And the movie version based on it especially. Anthony Perkins is a great movie. Orson Welles directed it. In the movie, like, you can just tell Anthony Perkins' character is a guy who will feel guilty if you just make an accusation to him that he did something. And that's why he was perfectly cast in that role. Like, he's some guy who immediately worries, like, well, why are you accusing me? Whereas other people might shrug it off and say, screw you. Like, why are you accusing me of something? Prove it. And so I knew, like, I'd find it or something if I, went over there, because I'm like, there's no way I took it. I checked my pockets real quick after he called me a few minutes ago. I'm like, there's no way I accidentally stuffed it in here, right? Because that would look really bad if I took it and then I said, oh no, it was an accident, I didn't mean to. Like, whoa, man, that would look sketchy as hell. But yeah, sure enough, he had it. So thank goodness. That's that. But this is all part of life too, making mistakes and figuring stuff out. So it's only truly a waste if I let it just be pointless misery. What I'm trying to do now is empower myself, just keep moving forward. So today, I don't want to be a waste. I want to go and do more writing. I have some great new ideas for my screenplay thanks to the screenwriting group I was at. I'm thinking maybe I'll just start my own filmmaker group. Why not? I have such frustration with other people making groups. Why not have me lead one? And I can do it consistently because I'm unemployed. And I know I can motivate people and get them excited and get them, a glimpse of something that a lot of them haven't even done the work in film that I've done. Some people around here have done way more. I've met people who worked on, like, Avatar and worked on major documentaries and National Geographic. Their building is in DC. So they're around too, but a lot of people are just like, they don't know what to do. They're like, yeah, I want to make videos, I'm not really sure what to do. And so that's where I know I can motivate people and use my Jordan Belfort straight line persuasion sales training to get them motivated and thinking they can do something. Okay. Wait, what? The Guilt Bug. Oh, the name of the movie, The Trial. It's based on the Kafka book, and it's starring Anthony Perkins from Psycho, and directed by Orson Welles, who did Citizen Kane, F for Fake, The Magnificent Ambersons. He voiced Optimus Prime in the Transformers movie. Wait, not Optimus Prime. No. He voiced some, like, electronic planet or something, mechanical planet, right? I can't remember now. Yeah, he didn't voice Optimus Prime, I don't think. Did he? No, I don't think so. It was some, like, spherical space like satellite or something. But yeah, that was a movie where the whole movie, you never, just like, I guess in the book, I haven't read the book, but in the whole movie, you never learn what the accusation is against this guy. And the thing is, he's doomed. It's like, no matter what he does, it only makes the situation worse. And he tries to ask, like, well, what am I being accused of? And people just treat him like he's guilty. And that's enough to make him basically go mad and feel horrible. And whereas other people might, have the courage to say, well, screw you. Like, I don't care. I didn't do anything. That's the thing. So this guy, no, he wasn't trying to guilt me. He just couldn't find this thing that was very important. And it was a small thing too. That's the thing. So he found it. It was literally like 2 inches from where it was before. So I knew I didn't misplace it. Or, well, technically I did misplace it. I just put it over a little where he wasn't expecting. But I didn't think, you know, when I put it back. But yeah, I don't want to work for him. I don't like dealing with these people. I don't even like giving them any oxygen on here, any attention. This is not a space for them. So that's what you get around here. You can pick up a stick and throw it and it'll land by a racist or a fascist. To apply to other Euro... Wait. Why would I want Greek citizenship? Oh yeah, you're saying if it U.S. gets tough? I mean, I don't know how much that's going to help me. Really? I think if I was ever going to do something like that, I would want to either go to Canada. I'm not really sure what circumstances I'd want to do that. I'm not seriously thinking about that. But Canada, because Greece has it tough too right now. Or a Spanish-speaking country, because my Spanish is pretty good. And I know if I was speaking it every day, I would be fluent pretty quickly. Still, oh, I'm trying to give English lessons. So that's true, free healthcare. But I'm trying to give English lessons to Spanish speakers now. And I've been trying to get clients. I left notes in restaurants where you can pull off the slip of paper, you know, with my information. I left it in laundromats, you know, saying ofrezco lecciones en inglés. And I got one guy who's interested, and I just keep trying to follow up, seeing when he has time, because he's very busy. I mean, he could have taken the initiative with me a long time ago, because we've known each other a long time. But okay, fine. I'm gonna go get my portable battery charger. Man, what the hell? So today, now, all I can do, basically, I was driving around wondering where the hell is everybody. Well, everything's going on Saturday, and again, I can't believe this guy's got like 30 to 40 people RSVPing to go to this event, or not event, like a meeting, a filmmaker meeting, and taking the beautiful view of Northern Virginia. And he said my schedule changed, so it's delayed for a few weeks. What the? Why can't we have it if you're not there? He doesn't need to be there. He's canceled before and asked for people to replace him, and I did it before. And I just took over. And it wasn't, there's nothing, we're meeting in a restaurant. All I would do is say, okay, hey, welcome everybody, let's get ourselves introduced, whatever, and start talking. That's it. And maybe give some guideline of, you know, what we could talk about, what we could say. That's all. Nope, can't do it. Because one guy can't be there, now we all have to wait a couple weeks. But again, that's kind of, it shows me, not, first of all, it's senseless to blame him or to be angry at him. I'm frustrated, and it can be a cop-out, or it always sounds like a cop-out to me in a way to say, oh no, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, I'm frustrated, whatever. Well, kind of angry, but I can't direct any of it at him, because ultimately, that's a waste. That's just showing I'm not willing to go forward. I just want to stay stagnant where I am and point at someone else. What it shows me is I should have already stepped forward and said, hey, if you ever can't be there, let me know, I'll host it. Or just say, if you want me to be the regular host, just let me be the regular host. You go attend, because I know your schedule's a lot more unreliable than mine. That's it. So that's what that tells me, is I should just let him know that, because there's already all these people in the group. No sense in necessarily making a new group if I don't have to. If I'm going to have to get, you know, new members to it, at least his group already has a bunch of members, and that way I could just make the announcement, and people would probably be a lot more motivated to come, because they also know I can reliably be there. So that's what that tells me, is just figure it out, keep moving forward. Also, my ears are starting to finally feel better. I realized I don't really need my headphones. When I'm editing in McDonald's, I can keep the volume pretty low. I'm not going to hear it. I'm not going to hear it. It's not going to annoy other people, because I don't have it that loud. It's hard for the people here to come to London. That'd be cool. I've never been to London. Maybe technically, I guess I was when I was like 7, and just had like a 1 hour or 2 hour layover at the airport there before We went to Greece, me and my family, but yeah, I've never been there. Sponsor me as a Portuguese citizen. I don't want to learn another language, Portuguese. I'd rather just, although I like what they're doing with drug decriminalization. But, hey, that'd be cool. Yeah, what the hell? I don't mind. But yeah, I'd rather, like, it's like, if I put all this effort into Spanish, can't I just go to a Spanish-speaking country? Do they speak much Spanish in Portugal? I'd rather just... Also, we should have freedom of movement. Why do we have this crap where you have to become a citizen and go all through this rigorous process? I don't believe in that. That's what the guy I was dealing with yesterday believes. If you want to be American, you have to go through hell just to get it. I think you should have freedom of movement. Just as much as I can move anywhere in America I want. And America's borders are racist and set down by colonizers who never gave the chance to the Native Americans to welcome them as immigrants, because they immediately came as colonizers and wiped out a lot of Native Americans, destroyed their families, their language. Anyways, so what was I talking about? We should have freedom of movement. So that's where our borders fundamentally come from. So we should just be able to move, like make it international where people can move freely. Why not? Nobody said, "Oh, I'm worried about the crime, the flow of crime from Missouri to Florida." No, it's only when they say it's another country, and it's a lot darker skinned people who speak a different language. They vehemently deny they're racist. Oh no, I don't want to destroy Mexicans' lives because they're Mexican. I want to destroy their lives, but in a non-racist way. Like in a way that when like you put them in literal concentration camps with barbed wire as we have them now, where they're denied medical care, they're denied food, they're denied blankets, they're assaulted, they're denied visits to lawyers, they're denied contact with people who can help them, like physical contact, like hugs, handshakes. They're denied like stuff on visits that can be given to them for security. Oh man, the security concerns are outrageous there. They're given American propaganda. Oh, we want to destroy their lives, but in a non-racist way. It doesn't have that racist aftertaste to it the way we do it. It's not tinged with racism. That's how people like Ben Shapiro try and differentiate themselves, like he did recently, whining that, "Oh, I'm not in the alt-right. I hate the alt-right. F you. F the horse you rode in on." But he says everything that they believe in, minus like 0.5% of their worldview. But he already says everything they believe in. Alright, I'm getting my portable battery charger out. So he's like, well, there's ways of interpreting Stephen King's kinship with white supremacists in a way that, like, you look at it from an angle and there's a little opening where it's not racist. That way I can continue my support for Stephen King and opposing leftists, and I can say I'm not racist. And then, oops, when Stephen King finally seems dumb enough to just say it out loud, what Republicans everywhere think, which is, he said, "What's wrong with white supremacy and white nationalism?" Finally, Ben Shapiro admitted, "Oh, okay, I was wrong, he was racist." But there were ways of interpreting what he said before to not be racist. So Ben Shapiro still agrees with everything Steve King says. He just doesn't want the baggage of saying out loud, like admitting to, his beliefs. Yep. ICE is I mean, there cannot make it much more similar to the Gestapo in terms of going to people's homes, going to their jobs, checking for their papers, hauling them out of their homes for not being citizens, giving them new identification, like numbers, and putting them in literal concentration camps. What that term means is concentrating them inside of prisons. with barbed wire. Recently we see the pictures where they were put under bridges. This is literally where it's headed, and the whole way Republicans are, they're simultaneously saying two things at once. They're saying, one, they're treated humanely, and two, it's important for national security, and who cares? Well, which is it? Are they treated humanely, or does it not matter when they die? Like when Republicans said of the Guatemalan girl who died, they're like, well, it's the parents' fault for bringing her here. How spoiled and arrogant can you be? And Obama was not that much better, by the way. You look at how Obama treated immigrants, how many, over 1 million that he deported, how he put them in cages. Anyways, yep, or on the military, yep, all that stuff. And yet, what do we have people complaining about? Not the military, not wasting all this money on, billionaire prison companies. What they complain is, oh, I see a homeless person. I don't like that. They should have worked harder. That is a perfect example of how a system gets people to be so compliant that they will readily pardon billions and billions of dollars and millions of lives wasted, devastated, ruined for nothing, and then see the result of that, like see that some of the people who are disaffected by that or marginalized by that, who are poor, who are sick, who are in the prison system, and say, oh, it's their fault. Oh, immigrants, that's the other big one. I was trying to think, well, what the hell, what's just slipped my mind? Immigrants, and blame poor immigrants for the problems that powerful rich people create. That's how people are programmed. And they'll say, well, I'm not helping a homeless person. See, that's the homeless mentality. Why don't you help yourself? Nobody even asked you to help a homeless person necessarily. You can just go try and get people to work together to create some, like a popular movement to get billionaires to actually have to support social programs for homeless people, for immigrants. Not only that, just stop destroying people's lives with prisons, with wars, with interventions. War in Venezuela? Who needs war in Venezuela? What's the threat from Venezuela? Nothing. It is such a so obviously just made up any problem with them. Like, oh, we have to do this. We're trying to give humanitarian aid, but they don't want it. Yeah, because we're trying to give humanitarian aid with the threat of military force. Yep, exactly. They keep screaming. Literally, Rush Limbaugh was screaming about communists, Marxists, and the other day, this week, he was screaming about them. And that guy I was working for yesterday, I'm sure he'd agree with Rush Limbaugh. Because I cannot tolerate working. It just turns my stomach to work with people like that, and I cannot turn away from it and pretend like it's not happening. So I'm counting on just being able to figure out some way to make money. Because obviously I cannot even bring myself to work a regular job. I view it as totally empty. I cannot make myself do it anymore. If I was living in my home, still working as a bouncer, I would be so miserable. I could not tolerate it. Right, Agrippa. That's how we whipped people up into fearing, trying to make programs that actually help people sound scary. Meanwhile, police don't make people safer. Military's not making us safer. And it's amazing how easy. Look how this happened to me. I just answered an ad on Craigslist to go get some work to help somebody who needed some help getting around, and I managed to find a fascist who's proud of his service and wants me to invest in, and he obviously takes in right-wing propaganda because he wanted me to invest in cryptocurrency with him. That to me is the biggest red flag right there. Like, oh no, not only this guy is one, but he wants to make more of them. Like, he wants to make more people like him. No, thank you. And, you know, I didn't have it in me to say, like, hey, you probably must think I'm some, you know, hippie, humorless liberal who can't take a joke, but I don't appreciate the stuff he said about other races and his career doing what he did, and I don't even want to give any like oxygen for it. So anyways, that was stressful. It was a lot to take in. Yep, becoming more and more common. Well, yeah, it's scary because we only got a few years to make sure the climate doesn't become a catastrophe where human life is sustainable. Imagine what 50 years from now it'll be like. That'll be terrifying. I don't think we're able to actually predict just how bad it'll get. You know, how can you have a future if the seas are rising, the oceans are acidifying, the ice caps are melting, crops are failing, there's droughts, there's fires. It's terrifying. Yeah, cryptocurrency is nonsense. You know, one of the guys who ran a cryptocurrency company had a bunch of people invested in it, and then he died, and no one could get their money out because he was the only person who had the password for it. Can you believe that? Like, that's how flimsy some of the cryptocurrencies are propped up with. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so it's been stressful, like, because this guy, like, when he just called me today, he doesn't know I'm thinking all this stuff. So it's funny, being around him yesterday, I must have looked like this nerdy goth guy, like in black. I had my hoodie on, sunglasses on to protect from the sun. And, you know, he was out enjoying the sun and being outspoken and joking around and just being quiet, like he was making jokes with me. I wasn't laughing because it's also just me. I don't want to make jokes to make people like me. It's weird. I don't know. It's just, I don't like to do it unless it's authentic somehow. And anyways, no, I'm not even bothering doing it. I don't even want to give it any attention. So now I've got to like reset, refocus myself, and stick to what I know. I feel like that's the last time I ever reach out and like try and, you know, test, well, maybe this one last, you know, avenue here for work and money will be all right with me. No, even the one thing that seemed furthest from a regular job I could get, just helping a guy personally, no company I'm working for, no corporation, just me and a guy, and I just do what he needs and just helping him with chores. It wasn't even hard work. That wasn't the issue. The issue was I just didn't want to be there. Like the whole time I'm thinking, okay, I've discovered I really don't want to do this. Not only I'm not interested in this kind of work, but also the guy is it totally against my values, or my values are totally against his values. And I just no longer, there's no room for like tolerating that needlessly. Bye, Angelo bucks. Yeah, click that like button. Get your whatever. So anyways, at least, you know, I learned something, and it's not wasted, the experience. Like, now I know, okay, take my time, know myself. You know, I feel like I have to be guarded. Some people can afford not to be guarded. I have to be guarded about who I'm around, who I'm with. And I'm just uncomfortable hanging around people for long periods of time anyways. It just feels weird to me. Like, if I'm around someone a lot, I want to be doing work. That's it. And not just, like, chores. Like, I mean, like, making a movie. That's all I mean, really. When I say work, I don't mean anything else. I mean making a movie. Anything else, my mind is, like, racing to think, how can I get back to making a video? How can I get back to screenwriting? How's my battery doing? Okay. Let's see, how's the portable battery charger doing? Great. Wow. So now it's just time to figure out, okay, how do I get really serious about working hard, making lots of exciting videos? Oh, did you all see the garden cast went up? My friend Nolan, who did the Angelo's Mom Goes to Olive Garden video, he edited that. He put up the 11th episode, the first episode in the second season of the Garden Cast, a video where he and some friends watch Olive Garden commercials. Now it's 120 times in a row. It used to be 60 times. Now it's 120 times in a row and analyze them. It's so funny. It's so like well-meaning. Like there's nothing, you know, mean or nasty about it. It's all very, you know, like friendly and like anybody can watch it. And it's so good-natured. The entertainment, like there's nothing dark or cynical about it. It is so much fun. These guys just obsessing over Olive Garden commercials. Like they look like they're from the 90s or 2000s. And anyways, these have gotten pretty popular. Report of the Week did a shout out to them. So check them out. They're wildly underrated. Nolan is genius. From the channel name is Great Teen Vids, 14 Kids. And just look up the Garden Cast. You'll find it. It went up on April 3rd. And it's just amazing. Like, I don't know how they're so good at it. It would be so easy for it to just stall in the middle and be stagnant and stale. And that's just sticking with the S's. Stall, stagnant, stale. And they don't do that. They don't succumb to that. Fourth S. They totally keep it light and fun and just keep it moving forward. I don't know how they do it. I have no idea. I want to know, so it doesn't spoil the magic. Yeah, the Garden Cast. Check it out. Yeah, when friends cancel plans, you're very happy. It's funny. So, like I said, now I understand why people can be very guarded and standoffish and whatever. Like that's how increasingly how I can be in a way. Not all the time with everybody, but it's just like I immediately know I have nothing to relate to with a person who has values that are totally different from mine. There's nothing, because I don't even want to bring up anything I'm thinking, because I know it's going to get them talking about stuff that I totally disagree with and that I think is too important to just let go. It's not just inconsequential. It's, you know, deciding about, you know, like ultimately on some level, like how are we going to help people survive? And as for this guy, he can get other people to help him. That's not an issue. So, yeah, check out the Garden Cast. It's really funny. Click the like button, everybody. That helps me out. Helps get the YouTube channel going. I'll just keep strolling the perimeter. So I realized at McDonald's, I don't have to wear my headphones to edit videos or even watch videos too. You know, I have a little downtime. I like to relax, goof around a little bit. And the headphones, it's just the proximity to my ears hurt my ears so much. It doesn't matter how like low the volume is. It could be like down to 6 out of 100. My ears are still throbbing afterwards, and that's doing damage to my ears. So last night, or 2 nights ago or whatever, I just tested it out. No, I did it last night, I think. And I didn't use the headphones. I just played the speakers. And fortunately, there's enough like noise in McDonald's anyways to where it wasn't bothering anybody. Barely anybody else could hear it. I'm not trying to have it loud because I'm very self-conscious about being in other people's space. My own voice hurts my ears more now than the speakers did. And that helped a lot. My ears were still hurting tonight, but hopefully within a few days they'll recover better. So at least I know, okay, I don't have to wear those damn headphones, which hurt my ears so badly. So tonight I'm hoping to do some screenwriting. I got a lot of ideas, study more Spanish. I spent too much money today already, and that's getting a little scary, given that I'm unemployed. And I forgot about the tip. When I got these salteñas from a restaurant, I just stopped by there. I'm like, oh, those are cheap. But then they were like $3 each. And then the tip, I'm like, oh crap, it's like $8 total. And whatever, can't beat myself up over it. Just keep going. Right, yeah, Agrippa. I mean, that's the question. How can someone be like that? But there's no coherent worldview to, militarism and fascism. It's just about inflicting cruelty. No matter how much you dress it up in, oh, I'm colorblind, I respect everybody, it doesn't add up to that. So it's so antithetical to me, this guy's views. And I seriously, really dirty dealing with them. It was uncomfortable, like I was being touched where I didn't want to be touched. Oh yeah, he'd be against universal health care, more than likely. Of course. Yeah, everything, really, it was even before that. Other stuff, I won't get into all the details, okay? I'm keeping relatively broad strokes. Well, there are a few specific things, but I'm not even getting into everything else because there was other stuff that he said that gave away, like, oh, I do not support this guy. I do not agree with him. The way he thinks, the way he acts, how he moves through life, I do not support this. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just cruelty. What's the point of denying aid to Puerto Rico? It's just being cruel. Being cruel to brown-skinned people, and especially women, since the mayor there criticized Trump. That's all it is. And yet Trump wants to go help the people of Venezuela, supposedly, but he's running a regime right now that looks worse than Maduro's, and Trump's doing it in Puerto Rico. We'd be better off just giving everybody housing, giving everyone food, medical care. No, like, oh, and the climate change denial is so painfully obvious that, Republicans are paid to not understand climate change. So they cannot give a damn about people's lives that are going to be affected and that are already affected by flooding, by fires, by crop failures, by rising temperatures, by spreading of disease. Well, it sounded weird how I said it. Disease. Could not care less. So, like I said, all I can do, focus on what I'm doing. I mean, no matter what I go through, at least, it's like somehow I'm always able to come out of it somehow, even though it's very unpleasant. And anymore, I have less and less tolerance for it. When I was younger, I could put up with a lot of crap. Now, I don't have the patience for it. It's really upsetting and disturbing. And I hope that this guy gets it, that I'm not working for him again. I guess he does, but I mean, he was just calling me today because he couldn't find this stuff that he was looking for. But I hope he gets it because I'm not going back. And anyways, that's that. And it's easy for me to feel guilty about that, even for someone I can't tolerate. I can't stand. And I was tired of that with my job too as a bouncer. I would see that you could just tell how they moved, the arrogance they had. A lot of them had military haircuts. A lot of them were in military or law enforcement. Sometimes they made it obvious because they would act out and use their military status as like immunity. Like, okay, we're law enforcement, we're military, and you're treating us like this. Like they should be able to bully people because they're in the military. Or we had drunk people who were going to fight and use their military status to say, well, screw you. Or threaten me, too. Had that happen. Where they will say, like, no, screw you, we are the cops. And I had a guy tell me that. And eventually I had to call the cops because he wouldn't leave. Finally, he did. Another guy, off-duty cop, was drunk, got in an argument with another guy, pulled out his taser, pointed it to him right in front of me. And thank goodness he didn't fire it. And who knows, he probably wouldn't have even gotten in much trouble if he did fire it. And thank goodness he just didn't. I just yelled at him right there. I don't know why I didn't think to grab it and pull it down, but then probably I could have gotten it. Who knows, even though he was drunk, like, I bet the cops would have hated me for that. So thank goodness I just stood there, yelled at him. I'm like, put that down, what's wrong with you? And he put it down, ran away. Yeah. Just look up how much money Republicans get paid from oil companies, and many Democrats who are reluctant to act on climate change. Hey, apathy sucks. Yep, toxic masculinity. That's right. A lot of these military guys get that attitude. Thank goodness I never quite, like, for all the, I did buy into a lot of conservatism, but I never felt proud of, like, being a man. Like, I never understood that, like, well, men aren't men anymore. I sort of did, like, I bought into a lot of homophobia. So, like, definitely, but not to the, like, I'm not pardoning any of it. By all means, like, I was wrong. But I'm saying, like, I never understood the people who were, like, really angry. Like, I remember we had friends over, a family friend over, who were really conservative when I was a kid. We were watching Saturday Night Live back when, like, Phil Hartman was on. And there was a scene where, like, two guys kissed. Or maybe it was another comedy show. I don't know. And I thought it was funny. And he's like, no, I don't approve of that. And I always struggled to comprehend, like, well, what's the superiority in believing that? Yes, I bought into that superiority of thinking, well, I'm right, you're wrong, so I'm better than you. But that far I never quite understood. So in a way I'm lucky, like it just never took for me. So I never understood this, oh, masculinity is a lost, destiny for man or something. Like, what the hell? Look at this. Look down here. Oh, this is going to give you nightmares. What is this? What the hell? Look at that. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm not trying to glorify that, sorry. That's a bad instinct to just point the camera at that, but look at this. Hey, Michelle. Look at what I found. A little baby doll that just bits, he's a zombie. He just bit some flesh out and he's got blood on his mouth. Wow. What the hell is that? It's a zombie baby. Thanks, apathy. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They can get away with it, and they do around here. Cops absolutely do. Yes, it's scary. They'll beat the hell out of someone off duty drinking. I have literally seen a story about that. I think it happened in Baltimore. And the guys complained, went to the FBI. They thought for sure the FBI would stop, punish these guys. And in the end, it's gone nowhere. And these cops beat the hell out of these guys over nothing. It wasn't even like a disagreement where it's like, well, the other guys did something wrong, but this was an overreaction. No, it was like they were walking past each other and, I don't know, some misunderstanding or something, and that's it. And the guys wanted to leave, and these cops beat the hell out of them and seriously gave them, like, hospitalization. Yeah, that was a weird little baby doll. Watch when I walk back past it and it's gone or it's in a different position. What the hell? Who would leave that there? How did it get that blood in its mouth? Somebody did that just so that somebody would walk by and see it. An alt-right pupa. That's funny. Click the like button, everybody. That helps keep the channel going. I am, man, the battery. See, this battery's so finicky. I got the portable battery charger plugged in, but even though it's plugged in, it's still losing a charge. It's just losing it more slowly than it would without it. So sometimes it charges it well, other times it doesn't. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe the apps aren't all up to date, because this phone is very touchy. When the apps are not up to date, the battery will drain so fast, and you got to like update them like every 2 days. So it's like, sorry, I forgot to update them today. Well, let's see. I'm going to walk by, and let's see if the doll is still back. What else is here that I didn't notice before? Hey, I still want to make a live movie, an actual live movie. I'm getting a few ideas for it, and I want to really make it worth being live. I don't want it to be a movie that you could do before, like shoot beforehand and edit. I want it to be an actual movie we broadcast live that plays with the audience, that allows for audience interaction, even if the story's already set, that takes full advantage of the live format. So stuff like actors doing quick changes to be in different locations, or a narrator to jump forward or backwards in time. I truly wanted to take advantage of the live format and use that as part of the trickery of the story. So I don't know if anyone's done this before. I know a live movie has been done, but I want to know if it's been done on YouTube. The live movie, by the way, Woody Harrelson did it like a year or two ago. I think he did it in England. And what it was about this like madcap night that he had, where it's like he goes out and it's like all these, he's being chased by somebody, but he's kind of playing himself, and the paparazzi are out, and it's kind of this, like, from what I understood, like a thriller comedy, kind of. So it was literally live, broadcast to a theater, and I don't think it was ever recorded. So, like, that was it. The only people who saw it were the people there. And it was done all in the streets of London or something, but it was, again, my understanding is it was kind of like, a dark comedy about him, being chased through London by whatever, paparazzi or fans, and that it was all kind of, funny and satirical. Anyways, it sounded really cool, so I want to see if I can do that with a actual live YouTube broadcast. Yep. Hey, hi. Hi. Right. Yeah, in Europe, man, it is Americans. How in Europe, I think in Germany, or I can't remember where it was, cops killed somebody. Maybe it was Norway. I don't remember which country. And they had a press conference where not only the shooting was apparently justified, but they apologized for it, because they know they don't want to ever have to take a life. It's not something to do flippantly like, well, he was a bad guy, so we had to kill him. No, it still means somebody who did something, maybe they did something wrong, but they'll never have a chance to be rehabilitated. Lots of people do wrong things. They don't deserve death over it necessarily. Sometimes lethal force is used to stop someone from doing something when there's no other options, but, and that's not the case here in America. It gets used a lot before the last option. But they apologized for it and regret it. They were like, this is, very sorry. Yeah, they count every bullet they used. Here, we don't even keep track of how many people get killed by cops a year. It's left to organizations who try and monitor that kind of thing to scour police departments and courthouses and newspapers and news shows to figure that out. Because we don't even keep solid numbers on that. The FBI doesn't. Department of Justice doesn't. Kingpin, I still haven't seen that. I wanted to see that when I was young. Never did. What else do we got here? It looks like a little headlight for a car. It looks kind of like a headlight. I don't know. It's starting to rain again a little bit. Yeah, the baby's still back there. I don't need to show it again. Oh man, that was weird. His hollowed out eyes. Oh, my parents are doing well. Yeah. We're trying to do more videos. I'm frustrated because I wanted to do a video today, but I thought today was Saturday. So yesterday I told my mom, oh, there's no way I can film today. I've got stuff going on all day. And then I went out for half the day, and at 2 o'clock I was wondering, where the hell is everybody? Nothing was going on that I thought was going to happen. Then sure enough, I look at my phone and I realize, oh, it's Friday. So I wasted half the day for nothing, other than it's never truly wasted. I cannot believe that. So I say wasted, but I only mean it in a very narrow sense. Really, I still learned by just, if nothing else, every loss is an exercise in dealing with frustration and learning how to manage it better and not letting it get you down. Just keep going forward. But yeah, I've got to be like, I cannot just take jobs anymore. That's how I used to be, just recklessly, well, just apply for anything, see what happens. Now that I've developed more, of my views and in particular about who I'll work with, I can't just do that anymore. It makes me feel horrible. So now I just want to throw myself into film work and never give myself a moment's rest, which is basically what I've been doing anyways. But what I mean by moments rest, even sometimes, you know, when I'm like, oh, I don't feel like grabbing my bag, getting it out, going to the gym, whatever, not even wasting time, just going, do it, even if I have to cut my workout short. And I'm getting my workouts to be better now, more efficient. I realized some mistakes I was doing in my workouts. Sounds like you? Huh. Yeah, my ears, thanks, B. Picture from what I can see. What is that? Like like a desert or something with this blue sky. Now it's starting to rain. I think I might head back to my car. My ears, it's still like hurting, but it's recovering. I can tell it's getting better. Now my voice is worse for it than anything because yeah, it's starting to rain more. I'll just cover it up with my hand. Oop. I'll go underneath the awnings. Yeah, they're getting better because I stopped using headphones to listen to videos when I'm editing, and I just play it on the speakers in McDonald's, and I'm like, it's fine. I'm not playing it so loud that it'll be bothering people. They can barely hear it, and I can hear it fine enough, and there's nothing I need to be very particular. It's not like I'm editing a movie where I need to be very, you know, careful with the sound effects and the mix and everything, and, you know, make sure everything's mixed right. I don't have to do that. I'm just using in-camera audio. So it's not a big deal. And that's helping a lot, because even with the volume almost down to zero, my headphones would hurt my ears even with earplugs in at the same time. So that's how sensitive my ears are. All right, starting to rain. We're really coming down, and I'm glad for the rain because my allergies are acting up bad. So the worst thing about my allergies acting up, when I'm lying down in my car, I'm very uncomfortable sneezing a lot. And when I'm showering at the gym, if I'm sneezing a lot and I don't have any tissues near, like when I finish showering and I am, you know, drying off and then I sneeze a lot, it's like, oh crap, I don't have any tissues nearby. How am I going to blow my nose? And then I just have to put the towel back, run the shower again, and keep sneezing, hope I don't have to, you know, sneeze again between when I get out of the shower and then go to my locker and then, you know, go to the bathroom and get some toilet paper. Oh, cool, look at these vacuums. That's pretty cool. Wait, what are you talking about? I missed this. Oh, Australian desert, yeah. Australian show Wolf Creek. Obsessed with, and it's hard to read the comments because the screen's all glitchy. I guess because of the water. Oh, cool. I wish I had a way to watch some of that stuff. Oh, they got sandals here. How much are they though? Because here's the thing. I have sandals I got from Walmart. They were 98 cents, but they're the kind that go between your toes. These are easy to put on, so you just slip over your feet. But it's expensive. It's not even worth it. Let's see, how much are they? I can't see. Let me go inside. Look at that. For a pair of sandals. Yeah. Nope, can't do that. See, I paid 98 cents for them at Walmart. Here they're 20 bucks. So at least tomorrow, I'm planning on seeing a free movie now that the filmmaker group is canceled because one guy could not make it. And because the group leader couldn't make it, for some reason, he doesn't just say, can someone else host it? He says it's just canceled. It's going to happen again in a few weeks. And I left a message saying, can I host it? I'll host it. I don't care. Like, let me go do it. I'd be glad to. And but he already rescheduled it, so whatever he says, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna um, make a difference now, other than I can tell him, look, just let me host them in general. Just let me do it. That way, if your schedule ever changes, you don't have to worry about it. Because I would be glad to. I know I can motivate people. I'm working at this every day. Now where am I going to go? I guess I'm going to go to McDonald's and do some writing there and editing. I kind of wish I shot something better on video, but I just wanted to yell, do something live. That's cool. I gotta think about that Ivan show, whatever. At some point I wanna, you know, I'm wondering, like, again, too, when will I move in anywhere again? By the way, guys, did you all realize how much rent has gone up in my home city of Arlington, where my mom still lives? A few months ago, when I was moving out of my last home, on the Arlington County website, it said the average rent in Arlington for a one-bedroom apartment was $1,678. $1,678. Now, I just checked again. It's over $1,900. It's like $1,913. So it's gone up about $300 a month. Do you think people's incomes have gone up $300 a month in the last 5 months? Hell no. And it's not just landlords that are doing this. Like, it's not just landlords raising prices out of nowhere, like, you know, from nothing. It's the fact that we have so many rich people around here. We zone so little land. Basically, they're like the NIMBYs, not in my backyard. Oh, I don't want a homeless shelter here. I don't want affordable housing here. I don't want affordable apartments here. No, put them somewhere else. But the result is we have a lot of rich people here who pay a ton of money to be here just because they really like it, and a bunch of other people here, the vast majority, who pay a ton of money to be here because they're stuck. Like, they have nowhere else to go. They can't afford to move. They work 2 or 3 jobs. They have families. They can't miss a single paycheck or else they're going to be homeless. Their landlords don't care. Rich people do not pay much in taxes. We've seen that. Amazon paid like $0 on $11 billion in profit last year. They're not contributing to affordable housing. They're not lobbying, by the way, using all their lobbying power to try and stop American wars and reduce police brutality and stop deportations and stop prisons from expanding and prison cruelty. No, they want it all increased because that's more business for them. But nobody sees that on a daily basis. They're taught to see, oh, a poor person, that must be your fault. No, I'm not going to work. No, I'm not going to ask Jeff Bezos. I'm not going to ask Trump. I'm not going to ask politicians to try and make life more equitable, to have more like direct impact on communities that actually, you know, I know their own needs and can identify them. No, we're just going to, after all, this huge exploitative system destroys so many lives, we're going to say, oh, it's the people who are poor and immigrants fault. So blame them. All right, I got to start my car now. You don't know what that means. Got to jump start it. My phone's getting all wet. Whoa. Oh, shit. Okay, good. That was the battery charger, not my phone. That thing's pretty sturdy. I'll just put that in my pocket. My phone is all wet. All right. There we go. Oh crap. How am I gonna... Alright, let's see. It's hard to do this with one hand. So I gotta start my car. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna make it easier. Just tuck that in there. Whoa. Oh god, it's hot! Ah! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Shit! Fuck! Whoa! Oh, that smells.